What's up, people? It's me, Crimson 60620, and I had a very, very thought-provoking, very focused, and very hilarious take on More had a hilarious take on just some cornering about to have some fun at his expense, but something that's been, I don't know, a phenomenon as of late, and I guess because of the subject matter I'm going to talk about. Um, I had one particular video of mine from about a year ago, actually a little bit over a year ago. Actually, it actually has been making the rounds, and it's hilarious. It's fucking awesome, and I want to say why it's fucking awesome. Well, it's fucking awesome because I've been getting a lot of comments of guys that just feel that this video is kicking somebody while they're down. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's kicking somebody while they're down because the video that I made was over a year ago. It quite literally was over a year ago. And, well, I just don't get why so many people are just upset and hurt about the situation that I'm about to talk about. And what I'm about to talk about, well, why is my, what the hell, man? My map isn't loading up for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, these people are upset that I was talking about their hero, their buddy, American Krogan. Now, here's the thing. Why isn't my map loading? Uh, I'm playing Conan Exiles tonight. So I'm going to actually take a look at. Oh, look, Jill has started early. Yay. Jill has started early. Aw. What's the matter, Jill? I thought you were back in school because you're a teacher, remember? You, you have papers to grade, homework to give out, and just to be, just, over around, I don't know, tool? So, he says, why are atheists so jealous of Christians? Oh, shit. Oh, man. That is, wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. So, we're gonna, we're gonna disprove something you've said for a long time, Jill. And here, my, here, my man. We're about to have this conversation about, I don't know, a bigot. Anyway, let's go ahead and roll that intro and start. You can support me at patreon.com/ Crimson60620 PS4 Gaming. And you can also follow me at Facebook, Crimson60620 PS4 Gaming. Thanks for your support and enjoy the video. So let's go ahead and pull up that chat. Oh shit! I love it when I love it. I love it. Okay, Jill. Yeah. It oh, it's 8 o'clock. It's so you're on the East Coast time, Jill. Ooh, have fun with that. Anyway. So let's talk about American Krogan people. Let's have this conversation. And the reason why we're gonna have this conversation is, well, quite honestly, is a lot of his fans, followers. I don't know what um I don't know what you would actually call him. Mindless puppets have actually been coming to my channel and been upset because his channel recently got taken down for saying some out of box shit. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. He has had some videos taken down, and I was wondering, like, I saw on the hashtags free Corrigan and all that other good shit. Um, and so I was like, okay, ban Corrigan and all that other good shit. And I never support people's channel getting banned for free speech anything. But if he did advocate to hurt, harm, or otherwise disenfranchise a group of people because his feelings is hurt, this is okay. TOS. And you know what? Here's the fun part about it. As much as I hate the term free market, when it's good for the people that are filled with freaking hate and all this anger, free market is great. But when it's for sorry guys, I was trying to make sure I kill that thing. When it's for everybody else, for uh, people who disagree with these hate mongers and these bigots, the free market isn't a good thing. Then you have to platform me. You have to listen to me. You have to let me defend myself. Last time I checked, American Krogan still has a Twitter. And quite frankly, I'm not. A lot of people say, I will defend the right for these people to say what they want. I defend for them to have the ability to say what they want, but I definitely ain't gonna stand up and let some bigoted piece of crap say anything just because reasons. They're not owed that defense. You should have the ability to say whatever you want. But I'm up. Hey. If you want to expound those beliefs, you have the right to say it. The state can't silence you. But the moment you start threatening somebody or looking to disenfranchise because of those beliefs, then I don't know. State should step in, but you definitely should be shouted down. You definitely should be shamed. Shame. 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 Ding, ding, ding. Okay, Jill. What are you saying, man? First off, Jill, I say that you should be grading homework because I have a 12-year-old in school and she still had homework her first day, which she started earlier. Secondly, biggest are when you have biased belief to believe that you're better than someone because of some arbitrary concept. So let's go into this video. Let's make sure. Okay.
Because I've been fairly busy lately, I hadn't noticed the new Doom Eternal trailer.
That's a big
mistake. That is what you were gonna say, right?
Now, I'm sure that's...
Jill, don't start this on my channel, dog. because I really don't think you want to have that conversation. I don't. Because I'm sure somewhere down your ancestry, you may have had somebody in your ancestry that wasn't exactly married by the traditional sense. Don't start this, man. Leave that alone. Because it's not. Don't make yourself a target, my friend. Oh, good. So you would side with this man. So let's have some fun, Jill. So American Krogan channel just recently got taken down because of hate speech and threats and all this other good bullshit. And basically, a lot of his followers are mad. Now, this is a mirrored video, and this video will reflect my charitable understanding of exactly some of his videos that he has, because quite a few people have mirrored his videos, and I can only stomach this man for so long. I'm not gonna lie, I can only stomach this man for so long, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch some of his videos. This video in particular about Doom Eternal. Now, mind you, if you don't know, Doom was actually a product of id Software. id Software actually has a lot of titles. They have a lot of titles underneath their belt, but the most notable is Doom and Quake and the Wolfenstein. Now, I shit you not, quite literally, it made a post about how Nazis aren't okay. And it's actually pretty hilarious because a lot of people in their audience, a lot of certain demographics, wanted to actually claim or want to sympathize with Nazis. And that's quite literally the antithesis of Wolfenstein. In Wolfenstein, you quite literally punch Nazis. You shoot Nazis. That's the principle of Wolfenstein. It's not a glorification of, hey, we think this is great. No, they literally made a social media post saying how it is bad to be a Nazi, and their game and company doesn't like this shit. Now, also with Doom, also with id, excuse me, they have Wolfenstein actually has BJ Blazkowicz, which is the descendant, the ancestor of the Doom guy, actually has biracial children. Quite literally, they're twins, and it's like, what the hell, man? Like, are we really talking about Doom? Are we really talking about the people who made Doom and Wolfenstein?
Wherein I asserted that the guys at id Software might be a little more than just anti-PC. Sadly, that video was removed for hate speech, so before I comment on the new story trailer, allow me to recap my previous video in such a way that is hopefully considered kosher. The 2018 gameplay took place on Earth after a demonic invasion. As the Doomslayer navigated the ruins, a virtual guide made some amusing commentary that mirrored PC culture today. Now, before we run through the relevant segments again, I would like to highlight here that there are two main interpretations of the charged language. The first is that the hologram speech is in fact pandering to anti-immigration sentiments and making fun of progressive language.
All right, so let's just talk about this right here. So specifically, there was a big uproar because people, for some reason, don't really understand sarcasm or parody or hyperbole nowadays, especially these idiotic people on the right. And what has happened is they made some jokes. What were those jokes? Where they were like, demons are people too and shit like that. Never mind. And it was played up on the right wing as laughs. Like, oh, look at the Doom guys. They are taking one to the SJWs. Everybody's getting woke and going broke with, you know, the messages of PC culture and all the other good bullshit. Now, mind you, this is the direct sequel. The direct sequel to Doom 2016, which is still in canon from all the other motherfucking Dooms. In that game, in the first 10 minutes of that motherfucking game, it is a joke played where he was like, whoa, one of invaded hell for fucking profit. And what ended up happening? The fucking Doom guy quite literally takes the monitor, breaks it, and says it without any words. He was like, fuck your profit, I get to kill demons. That's what the whole thing was. And every time it was going into fucking like, hey, you can to be that antagonistic force to say, no, we're gonna fucking kill demons. And it is a play, like, quite literally, Doom Eternal hasn't even came out, so we don't know what the story is. We saw some bits and pieces from the story where you can infer shit. But this motherfucker, he's inferred and put on too much of what he wants it to be. What he wants to say. And maybe this is a video that got him in trouble. I know he got a strike and his channel was taken down for terms of service violation. I don't know if this is one of them, but hey, let's continue.
The second is that it's actually making fun of how the UAC, an evil corporation, is co-opting progressive language in order to achieve its own sinister goals. In other words, id Software is making fun of corporations and not progressives. Thus, anyone who believes in open borders and any other sacred progressive cow can safely...
So, here's a fucked up thing about it. And I'm going to actually say this. Again, one of the fucked up situations that corporations do, they actually co-opt language to push an agenda of making fucking money. I will give you that. Dude, I will say that. That is motherfucking true. Corporations, they will do shit to try to motherfucking get money. And they would co-opt different languages in order to motherfucking push a profit. Even if they don't believe highly in that shit at all, they will actually take the time to say, hey, we're an ally. We believe in you in this or that way. Buy our products. That's not to say that they don't actually hold these beliefs, or they don't actually have people in their leadership that believe in equality. That's not to say that. As a matter of fact, there is a good chance that people who make decisions for these companies actually can have some of these values. And I'm not going to be as cynical and say that, oh, they're doing it just for the money. But it kind of doesn't hurt when they're trying to appeal to a large audience. But let's continue.
Rest assured that their worldview has not been challenged in the public arena. Some of the proponents of this perspective have also contended that the demons in Doom are more of a force of nature than they are malicious actors with any agency. The real...
Okay, so this is another thing about it. It's where he's actually making a complaint that they're dehumanizing the demons. I mean, let's be honest. The demons wasn't fucking with nobody. They, you came into hell. You tried to take our motherfucking energy, hell juice, and, hell power in order to get cheap energy. It's okay. We don't need to worry about global warming that fucking much. But yeah. So here's the thing. When you're actually looking at the story as it came, and you still have to take this in context where it was still a corporation fucking with shit that they didn't need to fuck with. I don't know. But let's continue.
Real villains are the members of the UAC, who have attempted to colonize Hell and extract its resources.
We exploited Hell and its resources because it was in mankind's best interest to do so.
This perspective seems to echo that of the modern progressive attitude toward European colonialism.
So you know that this is maybe a way of people looking at it, but yet and still I don't know, like it's bad to think that the bad things that we've done to people who are Aboriginal or our ancestors or other people's ancestors have done to Aboriginal people. It's bad, and because the game is making fun of it, let's not look at the corporations. Let's look at the bad people that the representations of Aboriginal people that Western culture has actually hurt around the globe. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand. You take shots at the quote unquote stand in for other cultures, but you don't want to take shots at the conquerors. Is it that you believe that you're a fucking conqueror? Which kind of tell you they're not. If your biggest motherfucking accomplishment is however many subs you had with YouTube, and that shit is going down the drain, it doesn't show that you're a conqueror. It just shows that you will pale in comparison to some of these other conquerors. But let's continue.
It makes me wonder if the next step is to blame the terrible conditions in Hell not on demon behavior, but rather on the UAC. Perhaps it is Earth's responsibility to take these demons in at this point and try to assimilate them to make up for any wrong committed against them. In any event, the problem with the notion that the demons are a force of nature absent any agency is that Olivia Pierce, one of the antagonists from the UAC, was corrupted by the demons and convinced to open a portal between their two worlds. The demons of Hell manipulated her for their own ends and eventually turned her into a giant spider mastermind. Now, even if the UAC's progressive language was nothing more than id Software taking a jab at corporate culture, then that might still say something about progressive language today. It might say that progressive language is being used by the powers that be to achieve aims that go against our best interests.
So you're actually just saying it right here. Corporations are using people's fucking pain and plight in order to go against their own interests. To me, it's like the people that get mad at immigrants because they're coming over, you're stealing our jobs, but leave the corporations who's actually taking the money, taking the power, taking that wealth, and actually hurting people because, well, corporations have to make money, my friend, and versus saying that, no, it's not the people that are starving or hurt or people who walk across a fucking country to try to make a better life. It's their fault. That doesn't sound like they have much power if you're walking across a fucking country. But I digress. Maybe I don't know enough. Let's continue.
And like a typical liberal white female, Olivia Pierce was manipulated for someone else's ends. So with some preliminary topics addressed now, let's run through the hologram clips.
Okay, so because people have empathy for others, then they're twisted and manipulated. This is a shit that. This is why people complain about toxic masculinity. This is the fucking reason why. Because of shit like this. Because if you care about somebody's plight other than your own, then you're not manly. What the fuck? Corporations created a forum you're using right now. Can you say hypocrite? Corporations criticizes corporation and buys clothes from corporation. And you know what, Jill? Tell you what. When you have a better system for other people to survive inside of the capitalist system that we have to survive in order to... Oh, that's not Jill. I'm sorry. God hates abortion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jill. I apologize. So God hates abortion. I'm going to say this, dog. The reason why they're shithole countries is because the U.S. fucked with them. That's what happened. The U.S. fucked with so many countries that it fucked over a lot of countries. Now, you name a shithole country that hasn't been fucked over by the U.S. or some imperialist power, then we can talk. But until then, my friend, I don't know. It's almost as if you break it, you buy it. I wonder where that's come from. But let's continue.
Please remain calm. You may notice a slight change in the environment. Fear not. It's all part of the plan.
Since the end of World War II, the West has undergone levels of migration unprecedented in human history. Crime rates have risen, and in some cases, the West is literally on fire. Yet our...
Ha! Now, I know this is probably since before the Bolsonaro government was lighting the Amazon on fire, but let's actually dissect exactly what he said. Crime rate has risen for everybody because crime it increased in population, so the crime rate has increased for everybody. And oh yeah, that whole thing about having fucking lead in everything. And you know what happened when we removed the lead from out of gasoline and a lot of other good things? Crime rate went down. So God hates abortion. So what? I vote for the Democratic Party. What does that matter? Really? What the does that matter? I don't... Your point. What am I supposed to do? Vote for a party of fiscal responsibility which can't stay fiscally responsible for any length of time? I mean, like, come on. How many freaking presidents that were Republican that have ballooned the budget deficit? I don't know. How many people that were Republican parties have been marred in corruption? I'll wait. You know, war criminals. You know, people who have unilaterally went into different countries without nothing but the strength of, well, because we're America, we can actually be the world police. Get out of here. Let's continue.
Our leaders insist that everything is going according to plan.
My brothers and sisters, let's help to make our friends transition into their new world a comfortable one.
This plays on the absurdity of trying to cater to incoming cultures and peoples utterly hostile to you and your way of life.
It's a fucking AI, and it's a fucking joke. Here, let's do this. and I I don't even want to use a framing that if we were to actually the framing that he wants to use is that we want to fight on he wants to fight different cultures or different beliefs because it's quote unquote woke and we're trying to assimilate. No, these are AI. No human is actually saying this, dog. This is a game. This is a game. And these are quite literally demons. And the joke is the AI, which doesn't seem that smart, is actually saying shit to try to calm people down. Duh. It's almost as if you missed the sarcasm of what the AIs in this game are. The AIs are stupid. These aren't people. God.
When a disproportionate amount of individuals from a particular part of the world have demonstrated their hatred and intent to cause you harm, it's generally a good idea to have some kind of barrier between you and those people.
So, let's use that same freaking context. What were all of the mass shooters in the US for 2017 or 2018? They were a disproportionate amount of a certain gender and ethnicity. So should we all go round up those people that share similar traits? What is about you? That sounds like because it's about you. No, don't touch that. It's because reasons. Aww. Po little baby. Po little snowflake. Po little tink tink. Your feelings are hurt because you're scared of the big brown man. Aww. 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 Let's continue.
Remember, demon can be an offensive term. Refer to them as mortally challenged.
This makes fun of the degree to which progressives will use euphemistic language to placate to hostile individuals and groups who probably have no intention of reciprocating the goodwill.
Alright, so here's the thing. First when I saw this, I'm not gonna lie, my mind went to Dragon Ball Super and little green character called Zamatsu. Mortally challenged. Like, the fuck, dude. It sounds stupid. That's where my mind went. But let's just talk about this. Again, it's an AI. I'm not making an excuse for the AI being stupid as shit. It's an AI. What do you expect? It's an AI. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I don't understand. AIs are stupid. And they're trying to use the same language people use to try to calm themselves down. And they're failing. The joke isn't that, and God, you shouldn't have to explain comedy, that just ruins it. The joke is that the AIs are so stupid, they don't realize that everything is going to hell quite literally. They're trying to make sure that bad things, even though the bad things are happening, they're trying to make sure that people remain calm, which looks to be in a travel area. But let's continue.
Earth is the melting pot of the universe.
Now, I highly doubt that id Software harbors some kind of racial purist ideology, but they really don't need to in order to be against open borders or to make fun of the melting pot myth. It is entirely possible to acknowledge that a small amount of non-whites have always been part and parcel of American history, and yet still recognize that America was founded primarily as an extension of European peoples and cultures.
Okay, so. This is why I say this guy probably doesn't have any idea of what goes on in history, because if we go by that extension, I don't know. Maybe America will still be 13 fucking states. Here's the thing. We didn't just pop at 1776 with fucking from sea to shining sea. There was a manifest destiny that was actually put out there. And sad to say, he may not have the right gaze of history. I don't know. Because I know there were still Aboriginal people that lived in this land that was deemed North America. And, well, the U.S. government was still a small space. Hell, they even had to wait for Napoleon to fucking buy the Louisiana Valley or the Mississippi Valley with the Louisiana Purchase. There were people that were still there. There are people that have been treaties have been broken by the U.S. government. Quite literally, even up until the 1950s and the 40s and 50s, where the harsher immigration limits were actually put on. We had a very porous border with America. Just because you don't see or you don't comprehend the fact that your history is so bathed in how you want to feel about certain shit doesn't mean those things did not fucking happen, dog. But let's continue.
In reality, the melting pot narrative is a relatively new phenomenon. The First Naturalization Act, passed by the First Congress in 1790, explicitly stated that immigration was open to free white persons of good character. And this set a trend that was maintained in one form or another right up until the 1965 Hart-Celler Act. The very term melting pot only traces back to 1908, when a Jewish immigrant from Russia wrote a play by the same name in which he declared that America was God's crucible, melting down and reforming all the races into one. Now, many Jews actually...
So, I'm going to break this up because the anti-Semitic Semitic shit is just so fucking distasteful. Here's the thing. Not only was it, quote-unquote, baked into our history early that we were a melting pot, but we fucking still have the Statue of Liberty, which has the Silent Colossus, which actually also talks about it. I mean, like, oh my God, it's like these people don't understand the fact that, you know, this isn't a whites-only country. It has never been. It hasn't. And what does that say about you in order to feel fucking superior? And I know I keep saying the same thing, especially about these losers. What does it say about you that the only way you can feel superior is the need of crushing somebody else? That's stupid. That actually shows your weakness, that you can't have the strength. You can't have the strength at all to be able to say, I'm great because of me. No, I'm great because sometime a long time ago, somebody basically stole a technological advantage or did some really shady shit to prove that, hey, I deserve this because of reasons, because of something that I didn't have any fucking control over myself, but because of reasons. But yet, it's still, you're not intimidated by other cultures or other races? Get the fuck out of here. Let's continue.
Share this desire for religious reasons, namely that once their Messiah comes, he will unite the world under his leadership from Jerusalem, and it is the job of Jews to prepare the Gentiles for this, which seems to involve breaking down all ethnic...
So, here's the thing. If you go back to Old Testament Judaism or the Torah, it's kind of pretty fucking racist. or bigoted, or it's quite literally the people of the Israelites and everybody else. I don't see why. I don't see why you want to actually use this as a token to say these guys are bad, when Christians do it all the time. And it's the fact is, God, this is what makes my head hurt. These people sit back and get mad because of reasons. That's it. They need to actually feel some sort of superior against somebody. Never mind the fact that, you know, somewhere down the line, some culture, some people in their history, you can go back and see that they were oppressed in some kind of way. You can go back and see that their culture has been dominated by another. No, they won't admit to that. They will just say, well, we did it because we're great because of reasons. Fuck out of here.
Ideological and national barriers, except for those in Israel.
Now, this is that little sly comment at the end. What I don't get is these motherfuckers think they want to say that all these certain amount of people actually rule the world, but yet want to say that they're defended because they're so weak. You can't have both ways. You can't have it both ways. Either you're going to say that these people are oppressing you, or they're having oppression done to them. You can't have it both ways, dog. You can't. Shit. I should be getting clear. So, let's continue.
God, it's him. Corporate says we should let them through. What? Why?
Access granted.
This alludes to that common thought continuum that the flow of undocumented newcomers.
Okay. So, this quote that's right up here, that's on the screen, it's not practical to say we're going to, and he's shifting the goalposts pretty quickly from talking about a specific subset of culture to how there are at least 12 million undocumented people in the fucking U.S. right now. And he's right. Bloomberg is definitely right. You're just using these people as fucking pawns to say, hey, these are the bad people that are causing you a problem. Instead of looking at the fucking corporations that's paying these people pennies on the dollar. But the people that are accepting that money, they're the problem. Yeah, really. I guess somebody doesn't understand the power of corporations have outsized power. And now, yeah, he's making a joke that, you know, that video was making a joke about saying that, you know, the Doom guy he's proved himself with being just, he's not protecting the earth. No. So I think a lot of guys miss this with Doom. The Doom guy isn't protecting the earth. He isn't killing demons because he wants to protect the earth. He's killing demons because he's like it. He's a sociopath. And killing demons is how he gets his rocks off. That's what happens. That's everything that the Doom guy says. He isn't some big defender. If he cared about saving people, he would save people. He doesn't care about saving people. What he cares about is making demons pay. But I think this is lost on him. But let's continue.
Is simply too large to impede in any meaningful way, so we should just let them through. And as corporate says to let them through, a giant white alpha male says no. The symbolism here is a little hard to ignore. Now, I want to make something...
Oh, God. Oh, God. Like, really? Does he really believe this? Does he really believe this? Okay. So. No. No. This isn't the enemy of my enemy is my friend. No, this is a guy who just wants to kill shit. He has a personal vendetta for killing shit. That's what the Doomslayer is. He takes personal glee in killing shit. But I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I just don't get it. The guys who talk about punching Nazis, who talk about how quite literally the ancestor of this motherfucker has quote unquote minority lineage and has also reproduced with the minority who fought Nazis. He's the big alpha male. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I am missing something. Let's continue.
Absolutely crystal clear here for anyone who might get the wrong idea. I am not advocating violence against immigrants, legal or otherwise. La verdad es que actualmente yo soy un extranjero viviendo en América Latina. Tengo varios amigos y socios hispanos, pero de todas formas, ellos no son mi gente. Eso me quedó bastante claro cuando un lugareño por acá me dijo que nunca me puedo cambiar el color de la piel.
So, this is racist shit. This is actually racist shit. This is a belittling of a specific class, class, ethnic group of people. And he was doing it with the Jewish people. But this is quite literally saying you're pointing out a difference and you're trying to be an asshole for the shit because you're better than them. Dude, this display right here that you feel that you have to, quote unquote, Spanish language pandering, you're being an asshole for no other reason but because you can. But, you know, your fans are getting mad at me for pointing out that you're doing the shit. But let's continue.
Pero eso no significa que no podemos seguir siendo amigos, ¿cierto? Now, it shouldn't need to be said, but I don't care. This brings me to the reason I wanted to make this video in the first place.
So, let's actually address that shit. Oh, wow. It's not bad. And I'm gonna dissect this parts by part. When they pander to young white men, but it's bad when they pander to other things, other guys, other women, other whatever. It's bad when they pander to that, but it is not bad when they pander to young white males. Snowflake! Your fragility of your ego and your self-worth is evident Oh, it's fucking evident. Because that just shows you is you're mad because nobody pays attention to your fee-fees. And your fee-fees hurt. And you need them to pay attention to your fee-fees because what... It's not fair. It's not fair. Some people may have 5, 10, 15, 20% of representation. And I got to deal with only 80 at the most. Not fair. Not fair. And this is why I say, if that is what you need to do to feel strong, you are weak. Very, very weak. Because if it takes you to be 100% represented, if it takes you not being challenged at all, that shows you your weakness. It's very simple. You're weak if you need to crush other people to feel strong. Case in point, I don't give a damn. I really can give. I couldn't give less of a care how strong somebody seems over me, as long as they don't have their foot on my neck. I will. Hey, if you want to exercise your strength, that's cool. That's fine. That's okay. But the moment you start oppressing me or anybody else for any fucking reason, only to show off how fucking strong you are, it shows how weak you are. And it shows that you can't have any question about anything that may even threaten you because you're scared of specters and ghosts. That's all that says. And you know what? Here's the thing. Fine. I will give you this shit. I will give you this shit for this example. You know, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. Especially the last series, Dragon Ball Super, all that other good shit. In the Super Broly movie, Frieza was scared shitless about the prophecy of a Super Saiyan and the Super Saiyan God. Scared shitless. It led him to destroy the fucking Saiyan planet, which fucking halved his army. It fucking decimated his army. And here's the fun part. Because he was so fucking scared of Saiyans, he actually accidentally pissed one off that fucking cut him to ribbons. Well, cut him in half. And then because of the other shit that he was doing, the other Saiyan cut him to ribbons. Hashtag the House of Vegeta really killed Frieza the first time. Because Trunks is from the House of Vegeta. So, here's the fucking thing. Because of fragility, Frieza quite simply sealed his fate. But you know what happened when they brought his ass back? Well, the second time, because, you know, the first time he didn't learn his lesson because he was like, why don't we leave and be stronger? I can't have anybody questioning me. The second time they brought him back, it was like, I'm strong enough to motherfucking want to fight. It wouldn't be a challenge if I can always win. And you know what? If you look at the Dragon Ball Z Super movie, spoiler alerts, in the end, he has a choice of fucking destroying some people that pissed him off. But you know what he did? He was like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to enjoy this motherfucking fight. And even though I'm not going to be a good guy, it shows my strength that I can fucking want to fight instead of being some weakling that has to force my will on people. A lot of these idiots like this are fucking Namek era Frieza. They're so sure of their strength, but they're scared of shadows. So much so that they cause their own destruction. Like snowflakes. Let's continue.
Which was to comment on the new Doom Eternal trailer within the broader context I just outlined. The trailer has a number of utterances that I think are potentially symbolic and metaphorical in nature. While they may not overtly convey what I am about to ascribe to them, I do believe that, if nothing else, the writers are intentionally tapping into a sense of urgency within Western men, as
So you know you're inferring the shit. God, I'm a Western man. And quite literally, the only urgency that I have is standing together with other men and women and fighting these money interests in our called corporations. They are winning from the division that we have within us to the anxiety that a lot of people felt. The reason why the idiot got elected in Washington is because people were afraid. And he fed some BS promise about, I'm the only one to protect you. People were scared of their economic future. And the idiot didn't do anything. Trump didn't do anything but hasten that fear. Because we're going into a recession, not cheering for it, just acknowledging it. But let's continue.
our continued existence is increasingly questioned and attacked. Why are you here? What you interfere with now is bigger than you can imagine. If you continue, you will bring down the heavens' wrath. It is written. It is their time to give penance. You are but one man.
So, ironically, if this is from Doom, the funniest fucking thing is that it's one of those things that you see in a lot of Japanese expressions of Judeo-Christian beliefs, where, yeah, the demons may want to kill and eat you and all that other good shit, but if you call forth the angels, you're in motherfucking trouble, because those motherfuckers kill indiscriminately. And I'm not even gonna say it's just Japanese folklore. It was in Diablo 3 as well, where the angels were assholes. Like, quite literally, it was just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, the demons just want to kill us and maybe turn us, some of us, to their way. But the motherfucking angels, they will kill indiscriminately. Look at Seven Deadly Sins. The goddess race, they weren't exactly, how do I put it, charitable to humans. All right, let's continue.
They are no longer your people to save.
Now, considering that I am an autistic basement dweller with a dry penis and messy room, I think these lines can act as a proxy for the battle between the New World Order and national.
Whew. Okay. So let's give a little bit of a history lesson. There is no New World Order other than corporations looking to make money, and most of them were national companies that decided to try to make more profits elsewhere. Now, if there is a New World Order, and they're forcing multiculturalism, whatever garbage that means, here's the thing. You're doing it fucking wrong. Because humans, fucking humans, they are difficult, horrible things to try to control. And quite frankly, it makes no sense to try to control a world full of people, be it stupid or otherwise. Actually, I'm gonna say this. It's actually easier to control smarter people because you can convince them with logic. But these irrational, moody, superstitious, most of the people, no, you're controlling them wrong, because they still talk up and have free speech and all that other good shit. And that sentiment is actually moving across the world. New World Order, you're doing it wrong. How about this? Why don't you artificially make everybody intelligent and then logically help them come see shit? But this whole keeping people stupid, you're gonna still have wars. We've tried that for the last 500,000 years of human evolution. Still hasn't worked. But let's continue.
Journalism.
Oh yeah, and like help them have sex easier. If you ever try to control somebody, or you ever try to get something from somebody, let them have an orgasm. You know, let them have an orgasm. When they have an orgasm, they would agree to anything that you want them to do, and not some big like I'm not talking about, you know, Pornhub stuff like them playing with their own fiddle. I'm talking about, man, if there is a new world order, get somebody that wants to repeatedly fornicate with them and then convince them that way. I'm telling you, you can convince, especially men, you can convince them to do a lot of things. And not to forget the ladies, be it whatever naughty bitch that you like. If you get a lady that really has a good time, then they will do what you want. We've learned this lesson from bonobos. What they do when they want to call a peace conference, they call an orgy. But let's continue.
The first few lines suggest that the Doomslayer has found himself entangled in heaven's greater plan for mankind, and that if he continues on his path, those who inhabit heaven will relentlessly attack him. Heaven wants mankind to give penance, which...
No. See prior point. If they piss heaven off to a point where they have to act, they're wiping out everybody. Everybody. No questions asked or fucks given. Because when you have... the sad part about it is, it's almost as if they're saying heaven is their own little doomslayers. And when they get to going, it's going to be a bloody battle. But let's continue.
Is an act of self-abasement or devotion performed to show sorrow or repentance for sin. It is written likely refers to a sort of prophecy for Armageddon, which is what I assume the Doomslayer wants to stop. You Are But One Man is supposed to intimidate the Doomslayer and illustrate just how unimportant he is in the grand scheme of things. In other words, you are but one man with no hope of defying the larger forces at work here.
Had to change what's the name because it's eating up too much resources. But no. You're missing the total point of how it fucks with people. Total point of how it fucks with people. They're not saying that God damn, like it's almost as if he hasn't played any id games like from like even the Doom game or the other id games. It's almost as if like, God damn, like really, dog, do you really understand the concept that not only is like they're saying heaven is gonna come in, they're gonna be Doomslayer times 5. And this shit is just like, oh my god, I watched this video a little bit, I skimmed through some of it. It's just like for real, you have no sense of lore when it comes to Doom. Or id for that matter. Like, God, I remember watching Quake 2. Playing Quake 2 back on the PlayStation 1. And the guy at the end was like, hey, call the other Marines. He blew up the fucking planet after Quake 1. After Quake 2. He was like, call the other Marines. There are no other ones. You're the only one that made it. And it was quite literally like, they have a tongue-in-cheek. But I guarantee you, they're making fun of these neo-Nazi motherfuckers more than what he realizes. The fuck out of here. Let's continue.
They are no longer your people to save is a call to the Doomslayer to betray or give up on his own kind. Now, admittedly, there is some debate over who Doom Guy really is. Some even question whether or not he's actually human. But visually, I would argue that he's still a white male and thus his symbolism remains potent. And to anyone exclaiming that
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Doom Guy is Jewish because of the mother of B.J. Blazkowicz in the new Colossus, where have I heard that before? Whatever. I would remind you that the machine
God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Like, for real. Like, my brain can't. Like, this is bad as watching a no bullshit video. Like, for real, dog. For real. Really. Really. Like, do you get how stupid this whole thing sounds? Do you get how ignorant it sounds? As if, well, it's as if you haven't played any of the fucking games. I don't get it. I barely play id games, but I fucking at least watched your overview of the shit. And you know, I had Doom 2016. And I'm old enough to remember like the Doom 2 and all that other good shit. I didn't live in a history that's been whitewashed in order to make myself feel good. I thought about something other than myself. I touched a few vaginas in my time frame. Probably you haven't. You said it. I didn't. Like, what the hell is going on, man? What the hell is going on? Shoot. I can't have it at that low res. But, let's continue.
Machine Games' timeline of Wolfenstein is not canonical. Some people think that the Doomslayer is actually the same character as the Betrayer, a Knight Sentinel from the world of Argent d'Nor, whose son was killed in battle fighting Hell's legions.
That's not how this worked, dog. And maybe there's some it's... But no! Quite literally, canonically, the Doomslayer is a descendant of B.J. Blazkowicz. Let's continue.
Deeg Grav, a demon priest, made a deal with him to resurrect his dead son if he would help Grav and his cabal destroy the Knight Sentinels, so that they could absorb Argent d'Nor into Hell and gain access to its resources.
What is so funny about it? A cabal is actually just a group of people that come together for, in most connotations, a sinister reason. Like, for real, are you that slow on fucking language that you don't understand that? Like, for real, I don't know what to tell you. But let's continue.
Now, my personal rationale for why I don't think the Doomslayer is from Argent d'Nor is because when the ominous voice in the trailer says, "They are no longer your people to save," it can't be referring to anyone from Argent d'Nor because all of the Argent d'Norians are dead. But one Reddit user made a very interesting observation regarding this topic. Quote,
Oh, as we know, Reddit is the front page of the internet, and it is the greatest place to get information, right? Well, let's continue.
I'm pretty sure the character of the Betrayer exists just to point out that the same thing keeps happening over and over. He was to Argent d'Nor what Olivia is to Mars. You see, Hell makes contact with a civilization. They exploit someone there who is weak-willed and lets them in. They run amok, and then someone shows up to sort everything out by driving the aliens out. Oh, man.
guess he's proud of himself that he can actually read. I don't know. Yay, you can read, dog. Like, what's so funny about that? And even fuck, like, god damn. Wait till the game comes out. It's like these fucking Captain Marvel guys where they were like, Captain Marvel is not gonna make any money, and it came out and made $1 billion. And it's almost as if if you speak out too early, maybe you look like a fool. But let's continue.
It's a natural cycle, which is why Doom Guy is portrayed as a force of nature in the folk tales of the civilization that he happens to. It insinuates that it doesn't matter who Doom Guy is. If he weren't Doom Guy, then someone else would be, because there's always a Doom Guy. Oh, he's playing an archetypical role. Oh, I wish I could talk about what this is really alluding to, but that would...
So, now, I don't know what he's talking about. Probably some bigoted fantasy of somebody that's going to come in and save the day and save a certain group of people that, you know, American Krogan actually identifies with. I don't know. I don't fucking care. It's his power fantasy because he doesn't have any arbitrations to himself. I don't know. But let's continue.
Would get me another strike. Now, even if I suffer from extreme confirmation bias, I would still argue that the guys at id Software know the power of iconography, even if they don't secretly subscribe.
Also, you know you suffer from extreme bias. You know, confirmation bias at least. You recognize that. It's almost as if you're making this video for no other reason but just to say, I made a thing. Fuck out of here.
To what I've outlined here, surely it would be profitable to exploit these feelings being aroused in young white men at a time when pop culture is effectively villainizing us, when we are being censored left and right, and when we are being told that somehow we don't really exist, yet still owe something for our collective actions in the past.
So, here's the thing. There is actually only, let's say it. There is only one fucking race. There are people of different cultures and backgrounds, but humans are still humans. We're so genetically close that sometimes we're from a common ancestor that we're genetically inbred. You know, there is, aside from the surface difference, human beings have a lot of fucking things in common. Why do you need to feel special because of a level of melanin in your system? Like, it quite literally sounds as if you're reaching for straws. I don't get it. Like, I really don't. Like, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I don't understand some shit. This one guy, he's talking about Doom Eternal. I'm playing Conan Exiles. But let's continue.
Anyone a pressure release valve for men who, on some deep psychological level, have had enough, even if they don't fully understand why. Whatever the case actually is, and even
so, here's the thing, and this whole fragility that you see from these guys, and I'm not even gonna say it's from all straight white men. No, because like I work with some, I know some. It's these people that have no feats of themselves, no standing of what they can only stand on, no creative talent, no creative will. They just feel that I need to fucking succeed because I need to succeed. Because reasons. Because I've been told. Because in the past. Here's the thing. And I'll be honest with you. If these idiots put some of the effort they did to fucking creating, instead of being a fucking victim about how, oh, woe is me, I can't lord myself over you because reasons, they may actually be able to do a little bit better in life. Now, I'm not saying that they will all be rich. I'm not saying that it all be alphas all across the board. But what I'm saying is, you wouldn't waddle and waste your time in this whole self-pity of these corporations, they not catering to me. Ooh. And they hurt my feelings. I can't get 100%. I have to only get 80. My feelings are hurt. Fuck out of here. But let's continue. We only got a minute left.
Even if I'm entirely...
How much gish galloping and false information can be done in a minute? Well, I am talking about a right-wing reactionary. Let's continue.
wrong, the fact is that Doom is riddled with Western symbolism. Even the Praetor suit itself is a reference to an ancient Roman officer who managed public games and, in the absence of the consuls, doled out justice as he saw fit. The architecture is reminiscent of the Catholic...
Because it's a Western game, dog. Like, quite literally, it's a Western game. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's a Western game. You can actually go and watch, like, Japanese games and actually watch the structure. Here, watch this. Watch this. Let's go out the door. Let's go out the door. This is Conan Exiles. About Conan. And it's a Middle Eastern game. Wow. Let's look at the map. It has jungle over here. Desert and shit over here. Oh, some Egyptian architecture over here. Norse architecture up in here. Snowy shit and volcano up in here. It's about the game. It's about the theme and the settings. Shit happens because of the game, the story they don't want to tell. And yet, you know what? I would almost guess that a game that is talking about demons, hell, and heaven would have Christian and Judeo settings because it's talking about heaven and hell in the Christian sense of the word. That's like complaining about Diablo talking about the same thing. It's part of the story that they're weaving together. But let's continue.
Catholic Church's great works, and the imagery of the Knight Sentinels clearly draws inspiration from the Crusaders. And in that regard, Doom has always been very heavy-handed on Baphomet symbolism, which can be traced back to the rivalry between Christianity and Islam.
Okay, so they're using symbolism. Wow.
A French crusader in 1098 wrote that their enemies were calling upon Baphomet prior to battle. While Baphomet later became associated almost exclusively with Satan, at the time of the Crusades, Baphomet was a reference to Muhammad.
So wait a minute. You're telling me that the people that were Christian during the time of the Crusades, which was really a protectionist land battle, turned into a holy war to get more popularity to fight another group of people, they demonize other people What? No. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. Christians demonize people? No. No. How dare you imply that, sir? How dare you? I said it was going to be some gish galloping bullshit in this last minute, and here it is. It's almost as if when the same token of people actually said that the Christians were infidels and hated their version of God. And should we talk about it? We're going to talk about it. So here's a funny fucking fact. And if you actually have time, to actually look at it, the modern iconography for Satan was taken from so many different places. From Baal, which is a Middle Eastern god, to Pan, all these different places. Hell, it even takes some cues from Hades and fucking Set of all people. Christians co-opted a lot of mythologies in order to make theirs seems better. Almost like a fucking gaming company co-opting some mythologies to make their game better. Shorthands for different symbols because we have made certain icons to say, ooh, this is bad. Ooh, that is bad. It's almost as if they may be doing it as an easy way of doing some writing or a lazy way of doing some writing. But let's continue.
So, in many ways, it really doesn't matter if any particular messaging was intentional on the part of id Software. It's still there, and I say we embrace it.
So, I'm done with this video tonight. I'm going to probably be on here a little bit more and hold on, bring it back to me. I'm gonna probably just be on here a little bit more, try to build up my guy, get him to like level 30 and get off tonight. I purposely did this video because, well, quite frankly, I got tired of his followers acting as if I did some shit wrong, critiquing somebody else on the internet. I didn't make the video, dog. He did. He got his channel kicked off. I didn't say the, violations of TOS stuff. They got him kicked off. He did this shit. And if you want to defend him, that's fine. You're POS because he says POS attracting shit. I don't know what to tell you. And somebody actually accused me. And this is the funniest fucking thing. Somebody actually accused me of assaulting this man. And I'm like, what? Shaming somebody's ideas is not assault. It's shouting the motherfuckers down. You have a right to say what the fuck you want without the government targeting you. But you don't have a right to be unchallenged. And I will challenge everybody, everyone that comes and says this bullshit. Because in the end, I'm not just going to bow my head. Hell, I gave up praying because I wasn't going to bow my head. So until then, guys, I want to thank everybody who's watched. Please share the video. Please like and subscribe or follow depending on your platform that you're watching me on. And enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.